with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Noles will put total leather to crank us up. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Off the play fake on 1st down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
And every time he gets brought down, everybody kind of gasps for a second because you're already on quarterback number 2 and you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright and the least amount of hits as possible because you definitely don't want to go to QB number 3.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. He's going to get loose. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Back has it. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Wide out trying to get it in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cut. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Knowles! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking downfield on first down. Get it out on the screen. It's a running room. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. With the catch, it's Anderson. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He'll do it himself. Wide open spaces. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It Smothers. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Thomas back to pass. Snagged out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Wolfpack now operating in the red zone. Snagged in the middle. It's Anderson. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up first and goal from the 7. NC State will line up with a first and goal. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this QB already in the first quarter has taken some serious punishment. Got sacked a bunch, got hit a bunch. He's been targeted a lot. This offense needs to find some answers before we're going to be looking at his backup playing some serious snaps.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend-don't-break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They're having none of this running game down on the goal line.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll look to throw on third and goal. He's got the tight end. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. Absolutely perfect. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
They've been talking about this one all week inside the MAC, guys. Let's give you a quick recap of how it went down. Kent State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory, and that's really the standard there in Northeast Ohio. They'll enjoy this one all week. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the back is right now, and man, what a difference.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
Running back searching for a hole. He has the first and still on his feet. The Noles will keep this drive going.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Unloads it left. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Under fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He'll take a deep shot here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
That's caught. It's White. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
Great job by the defense. A big key coming into this one was 3rd down defense. They're going up against one of the 25 best in the country in that time, making a nice tackle before the sticks to set up 4.
Blasted as he lets it go. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and his defense has set them up in scoring position. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Smothers. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Thomas looking to fire. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game, and now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Now 2nd and 10. Tight end now in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's White. There he goes to the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Florida State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Looking for blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll try the run. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for room. It's Smothers. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. Throws for the tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Snaps it in the shotgun. Here's a heat. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not.
There he goes. Oh, a lot of space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He's going for the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. first snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Oh, better look out. Turning on the Jets. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Makes the grab on the big throw. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Lost one on that last one, it's 2nd and 11. Thomas back to pass. Pulls it in, it's Anderson. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Finding an escape route. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
Well, I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up 4th.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Seminoles want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Looking for a deep man. He's got it down the left side. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half.
North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll start this third quarter with a run. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Seminoles have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Little touch pass to the receiver. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. And the Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. And they get him down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44. The Seminoles are on the move. Rides the back on the option, the give. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Power football with the run. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. The Seminoles are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. And the Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Can't make the catch. It's incomplete, and that drop might have cost him a big play on first down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rushes on him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And it's no good. Sure, you don't want to miss the field goal, but a 22-point lead, still feeling good about the way the game's going.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss.
He uncorks one deep. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI.
I know that's offensive pass interference, but I actually think that's a very heads-up play because that ball might have got intercepted. That was an errant throw. The receiver knew it, and instead of allowing the defender to pick it off, he knew, hey, I got to create a penalty here and save my quarterback and bail him out.
To the air, it's Castellanos. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Got some room to run.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The give to the back. Got enough space. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
The extra point is good, and they cut it to a 28-13 game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. first play of the drive, wants to throw. They get to him as he throws. Complete to the right. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for now. First and oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. Once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hacks close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Williams. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
And as a defense, you're going to give up plays. The receiver's going to make nice catches, but it's your job to limit the damage. Great job by the defense. As soon as he catches the football, they get him on the ground. Don't allow any of those big plays after the catch.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Thomas looking to fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. And down goes the quarterback, but there are penalty flags on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the defense is just a gift to the offense with the automatic 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Anderson. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
This defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you've sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Touchdown, Knowles! And the punishment has been extended. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick, you can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. To the ground with the back. Looks like the Wolfpack will pick up the first down.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
Thomas back to pass. Quick strike complete.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
They'll give it to the back. The Knowles get enough for the first down.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Florida State. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Thomas looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got it set up on the outside. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Now on the return. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch at the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. To the air, it's Castellanos. Going for 6. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. So given where the line of scrimmage was on that last play, the pass interference penalty in the end zone will put the ball at the 2. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Williams. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. The inside handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, let's talk a little bit about NC State. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to... And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Takes it in on the final play of the game. You play through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out